You're standing in the kitchen for maybe 10 seconds, not calling your dog, not petting them, not even looking down yet. And then you feel it, that slow, steady weight against your leg. A lot of people see that and think, "Aw, my dog is being affectionate." And sometimes that is true. But sometimes that lean is doing a little more than asking for love. It may be your dog using you as comfort, as steadiness, as a place to settle. Hidden dog signals. Understand your dog better. Leaning gets noticed because it feels personal. It is not like your dog just happening to sit nearby. It is contact, deliberate contact, a shoulder against your shin, a side pressed into your knee. Sometimes their whole body just folded into your leg like you were the wall they wanted. And honestly, it makes sense that owners read a lot into that. That is not overthinking. That is observation, because the behavior feels specific. Your dog could stand anywhere in the room, but instead, they close the distance and put their weight on you. That is why people start wondering, is this trust? Is this clinginess? Is my dog asking for reassurance? Or is this just a habit they picked up because I always respond? The truth is, the behavior matters, but the timing may matter more. Owners usually land on one of two fast explanations. The first is, my dog is just being clingy. The second is, my dog is showing love. And both of those can be a little too quick. Calling it clingy can make a calm behavior sound like a problem before you have even looked at the pattern. Calling it pure affection can flatten a more interesting signal into something simple and sentimental. What if the lean is not really about drama at all? What if it is your dog doing something quieter, using your body the way dogs often use familiar space, as something known, something steady, something that helps them organize themselves in the moment? That does not make the behavior cold, it actually makes it more intimate, because a dog that leans is not just close to you, it is comfortable enough to place some of its physical balance on you. And that is where the calmer interpretation starts to make sense. The lean may reflect trust-based comfort, not a performance, not a grand emotional speech, just a small physical way of saying, this feels safe right here. Start with the body, not the emotion. A lean is pressure, and pressure can be grounding. Some dogs seem to like the physical certainty of contact. Not rough pressure, not restraint, just that steady feeling of being against something familiar and stable. You see this in small ways. A dog presses into your leg, exhales, and stays there. Or they lean during a noisy moment, then soften once the room settles. Or they come over excited, circle once, then put one side of their body against you and go still. That sequence matters. Before, movement, uncertainty, arousal, or transition. Behavior, leaning into contact. After, softening, staying, settling, breathing out. The lean in that case may be part of regulation, not because your dog is panicking, and not because they need to be fixed, but because physical closeness can help some dogs come down a notch. There is also the social side of it. Dogs are good at building meaning around familiar bodies, familiar routines, familiar positions in a room. Your spot on the couch means something. Your side of the bed means something. Your leg in the kitchen while dinner is being made means something. So when your dog leans, it may not be random contact. It may be contact shaped by repetition. This is where I go when I want closeness. This is where I go when the house feels busy. This is where I go when I want to settle without leaving the group. And that is an important distinction. The mechanism may be pressure, familiarity, routine, or social settling. The meaning you take from it is simpler. Your dog may be using your presence as a source of comfort. A dog leaning on you after a calm walk may not mean the same thing as a dog leaning on you when guests walk in. The shape is the same, the context is not. If your dog leans when everything is soft and ordinary, quiet evening, slow body, loose tail, relaxed mouth, that may read more like familiar closeness, a comfort habit, a trust pattern. If the lean shows up when the room gets louder, when a new person enters, or right before your dog would normally hesitate, then the contact may be doing more regulating work. And neither version has to be alarming. This is where owners often read the moment too quickly. They see the behavior once, pick one meaning, and carry that meaning into every room. But the same dog can lean for slightly different reasons on different days. Watch the scene around it. Does your dog lean and then stay relaxed? Do they lean harder when the environment gets busy? Do they lean mostly during transitions? When you stand up, when visitors arrive, when the house shifts from one rhythm to another? Even your response changes the pattern. If every lean immediately turns into high-energy petting, talking, or fussing, your dog may start repeating it as a way to keep the interaction going. If your response is calm and steady, the behavior often stays what it already was: quiet contact. The movement matters, but the timing may matter more. Here is the reading I think is most useful for most owners. When your dog leans on you, it may be using your body as a trusted point of comfort and regulation. Not every time, not in exactly the same way, but often enough that it is worth seeing the behavior through that lens first. Because leaning is not just about being near you. It is about what your closeness does for your dog in that moment. It gives shape to the moment, something steady to press into, something familiar to organize around. And maybe that is why the behavior can feel so touching when you really slow down and watch it. Your dog is not always asking you to do something. Sometimes they are telling you what your presence already is: a stable thing, a known thing, a place they can settle against for a second. That is the emotional turn in this behavior. What looks needy from the outside may actually be a very quiet form of trust. Not dramatic trust, not movie scene trust. Just everyday trust, the kind that shows up in the kitchen, at the couch edge, in the hallway at night, in one small press of weight that says, "I'm better here with you than over there by myself." The next time your dog leans on you, do not rush to label it. Just notice 4 things. What happened right before? How much weight they put into you? What their body looked like while they were doing it? And what happened right after? Did they soften? Did they stay close? Did they lean during uncertainty or during calm? That gives you a much better read than the lean alone. And your response can stay simple. Be steady. Do not instantly turn the moment into excitement unless your dog is clearly asking for that. Sometimes the best response is just quiet presence. Because sometimes closeness is the behavior and comfort is the meaning. So if your dog leans on you, the safest, strong interpretation is not just, "My dog wants attention." It may be this: "My dog may be using me as a trusted source of comfort, steadiness, and regulation." That does not mean every lean means the exact same thing, but it does give you a calmer place to start. The pressure is small. The trust behind it may be the real signal. Does your dog ever lean on you when the house is calm, or more when something around them changes? Tell me when you notice it most. That context may be the next behavior we decode. Hidden dog signals. Understand your dog better.